All right, here we go. Fitzgerald on the face-off. Morgan now trying to touch it back to Nelson. Nelson gives Shoot a quick look, trying to get it up to center ice. That's collected by Lakeville. Lakeville making the trip north. Nelson now trying to pick it up. She's bumped off the puck. Fitzgerald has her back, and she's coming across center ice. Nelson takes a poke at it. Shoot now overseeing the action. Nelson now trying to get north and south. Nelson now trying to get it up to Sauter, and that's too far. Nice idea, but just about 2 feet, and Sauter wasn't able to rein it in. Sauter now bumps her off the puck. She's able to control behind the netminder. Sauter in the right corner, looking, trying to get it back to the point. Back to Nelson. Nelson takes a look. Snapper, save, rebound. Fitzgerald now gathers in the left corner. Fitzgerald now coming around back behind the net, looking at the dot. Bumped off the puck, and that's going to get out of the zone. Fitzgerald now trying to gather back in her own zone over to Sweetster. Sweetster now trying to hit Morgan. Everybody and the parents trying to call Nelson off. She's a little out to lunch yet. She's going to have to get a change. She does. That should allow Helfrich or Williamson to come on, and it's Williamson. Williamson now looking for a pass. Sweetster hits her on the tape, trying to go up to McGarvey off her skates. Williamson now just past McGarvey's stick, and Lakeville will collect in their own zone and nudge it out, only for McGarvey to grab back near neutral ice. Sweetster takes a quick look, decides to take a few steps and escort that behind the netminder. They'll get a change. Nice play by Sweetster. McGarvey trying to wheel around near the dot, throws it to the slot. That's wiped away by Lakeville. Williamson with a nice hold, throws it back behind the netminder, hits it back of the net. Forster now centering pass to Carter. Swing, and McGarvey almost able to get that shot on net. Again, throws it to the slot, hits a skate from a Lakeville defender, and that's covered up. 13 minutes, 8 seconds left in the first period here, and it's, won't say all Edina, but Edina's controlling much of the game early. This will come back to Shoot. Shoot now throws it back into the corner. That rings around directly behind the netminder. Lakeville now racing across out of the zone, and this will be one you'll have to watch. If that is 12 Claire Barrio, she'll be the one that can split the D, and before you know it, she will be behind you. Got a couple players on this squad. That goes wide, that are more than capable of turning the tide, or flipping the momentum. It looks like they have her at D, so she'll have a lot of ice to work with at certain times. Shoot now. Winds, throws it past Carter. That's collected by Lakeville. Heinmiller grabs some loose change, and she's going to enter. Nelson holds, dumps that back behind the netminder. We've got Heinen as well as Heinmiller chasing. Nice hold there. Hoffman intercepts near the blue line, just off her stick. D wipes that to the corner. Hoffman throws that back the other way for Heinen to try to collect. Little puck battle. Lakeville looks like they'll come away with it as they're going to try to get it out of the zone. Lakeville slams on the brakes, reverses course, and goes back near the right corner trying to look for an exit plan. Heinen now up against the boards, punches it over in the vicinity of Hoffman. Sweetser comes in with a pinch, gets a stick on it. Battle now, 3 on the puck for Edina. Heinen, Heinmiller, Sweetser now overlooking the action. Stabs at it again. Lakeville now comes away with it with a 2-on-1, but that's before Hoffman got back. Shot, and that goes off Wheaton's chest and into the corner. Looks like we've got a whistle, and the net might be off. So a couple opportunities for Lakeville. Lakeville with some tiny pressure. Lakeville has been able to collect the puck in the neutral ice area a few times and able to get it deep with some shots that have went just wide, or glancing off the chest protector that's protecting Wheaton this evening. Morgan now trying to get across. She's tripped up, no call. The play goes on. Lakeville now gathering in their own zone, going behind the goaltender, trying to throw it up the near boards, but that's before Sauter comes over and gets a stick on it and says we'll have none of that. Sauter now controlling behind the net. Sauter now back behind Morgan. Morgan, goal. You won't see a much headier play than that with Sauter picking up the puck behind the net. Was kind of looking at the slot, but she used that camera. She took a mental picture of where Morgan was and then just threw it behind, no look pass, and then Morgan had, a good amount of time to make sure that she threw that to the back and behind at the net. Fantastic play by Sauter. Morgan trying to get back to Williamson. That's past her. Fitzgerald coming over at neutral ice. Fitzgerald now wheeling. Trying to split forwards at neutral ice. She does. She gets it near the slot. She's left, no angle. Has to try to play it back to Morgan. Morgan trying to collect. She's got a battle too. Lakeville now coming away with it, trying to get across neutral ice. Williamson now. And she's going to dump it down, and that'll be an easy call for the officials. We'll have an icing call, and we'll have a face-off into the zone just to the left of Wheaton with 10:21 remaining. Shots on goal. It looks like they're keeping track. They've got us at 2. I think they've got at least one. Yeah, see, it does seem like more than that. And I know Wheaton saved at least one of those. It's somebody on dibs, though. We got to give them a little bit of leeway. Shoot now, back behind Wheaton. She's got to fight off 2. 2 on the puck for Lakeville. A little bit of a collision. McGarvey comes over to help out. McGarvey up to Carter. Carter collects as she races it out of the zone. Nudges it forward. No hands up. It'll have to be played as that won't reach. Forster now chasing with McGarvey looking on. Lakeville with some speed. Doing a nice job, individual effort to get that out of the zone. That's going to reach back to Sweetster. Sweetster now throws that into the zone. Lakeville will be able to collect that. Carter's trying to get it off the stick. Does. McGarvey collects. McGarvey trying to come away with it. Shot deflected back behind the net. Heinmiller now picking up the puck. Heinmiller looking. Has a little bit of time. Throws it to the slot, but that's collected by Lakeville as they look for a little bit of an exit plan in this maze of a rush that Edina's putting on early. This will go back to Shoot. Shoot now collecting in the right corner. Stops. Cuts in front of Wheaton. Looking for some ice. And that'll go down the length of the ice, and we'll have an icing call with 9:15 remaining. Much to the dismay of Ellison's mom. She's not perfect. Interesting. That'll happen. Lakeville picking it up at the dot. Lakeville controlling momentarily before Heinen gets a stick on it. Heinmiller throws it up to the near boards. Hoffman wipes that out of the zone, and we'll have another icing if it gets there, and it does. Edina taking 3 or 4 icings early. I think they were working on that a little bit on that morning practice. Controlling the puck, not getting rid of it too quick. Yeah, Taylor came in the car. She's like, Dad, they told me to control the puck. Yeah, they're not lying. He's not lying. Heinmiller now trying to chase down the puck that she punched loose. Heinmiller now goes into a Mohawk backhand. That's intercepted by Lakeville. Heinmiller still chasing. Lakeville now looking for a pass, and Nelson looking to pinch on it. That's past Nelson. Sweetster now coming over. Nice play by Sweetster to wheel. Nice stick by Heinmiller to nudge it out of the zone. Nelson now has Hoffman, looks her off. Nelson now trying to enter the zone. Morgan doing a nice job of replacing position. She gets it back at the D. Gia Morgan will have some ice to operate. Puck slipping off the stick a little bit. Taylor lost it moments ago. That one slipped off Morgan's stick. Centering pass, save, and that slips to Lakeville's pad, and that's out. Nice takeaway by Shoot. I mean, literally just took it off her stick. And see that puck leaving that stick there? It's slippery ice tonight. Shoot now, lines, shot, and it's not a can of corn. It was too much of a laser to be a can of corn. It did go right into the glove. I mean, the glove was there and it found it.
I
think back in the day when we played Mites, you had these wooden goalies and they just sat there. Back in Mites and St. Cloud, there were these red wooden goalies, and that's kind of what it was there. Shot, rebound, loose, and that's wiped away to the far boards. Nice fight by KK there to knock it loose and keep it in. Forster with a nice shove into the corner. McGarvey now covering a lot of ice to try to get there. Williamson with a nice hold. Lakeville trying to nudge it out, and they do by a few feet. That's going to reach back to McGarvey. McGarvey now trying to throw it in. It does reach. Lakeville now centered position nicely in front of their netminder. KK trying to take it away. It's off her stick into the corner. I didn't play enough hockey. I mean, there's different ice, but does it matter on the stick handling, I wonder? I don't know. The answer could be not at all.
As far as what?
Just different surfaces.
Oh. I don't know.
The answer probably is like, no, not at all. Like skating, yeah, I mean, you got harder ice, you got maybe a little softer ice in a warm arena, but...
That would be a question for me.
It's a question for Dave. Will you have him get back to me tonight? Have him just text me around midnight when he has nothing else to do? He'd probably look at you like, what are you talking about? Like, what kind of question is that? Did Andy ask that question? That's probably what he'll say. Did that Andy guy ask that dumb question? Heinmiller doing a nice job on the back check. Oh, we got 4 jerseys near the corner fighting for it. Reaches back to the point. Nelson now reverses direction, trying to get it up off the boards. That's held in nicely. Nice job by Heinen to nudge it out. Nelson now picking up the puck, trying to enter. Fitzgerald now backhands that over to Sauter. Sauter now into the corner, looking for Fitzgerald. Has her. Nice pass. Fitzgerald just couldn't get that. That was just wide. That was Fitzgerald was all alone. I mean, rent was due. Nobody was even paying attention to her. I mean, she was occupying that space, and Sauter found her. Tip, rebound, and put home. Morgan. Same spot. Little rebound and throws it home. Got to get the assist on that, they'll call it. I think that was what either had to be Helfrich or...
We're going for the Hattie.
Yeah, hat trick early for Gia Morgan. I don't know if there's enough hats in the arena. I mean, she's on a clip to score 9. I mean, if you go on the average, she'll have 9 by the end of the night. Morgan now looking for shoot. Shoot's taken away, has to go low, trying to get it to Sauter. Sauter now bumped off the puck or sticked off the puck. Lakeville able to get it up the boards. Yep, that's what I thought. Helfrich with the assist. Nice hard shot, good rebound. And just like you draw it up. And again, Morgan was, all alone. So there's been a few breakdowns that, we're somewhat familiar with on our end at some points where Sauter right there was in front of the net with nobody even paying attention to her. But here's the thing, we're in front of that net, and that is nice to see. We want that space. Shoot now. Taken away, Lakeville, save. Wheaton comes over and makes a sprawling save to keep the game 2-0. First bailout of the game goes to Lydia Wheaton. Nice. I mean, that was played very nice. It was like a 1990 style goalie save where you just sold out and.
The pad.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, you know what? Gotta step up here and make a huge save.
Oh, ouch.
Lost an edge. Hit her head. Get up. Be okay. Yeah, I didn't think that was a call. I think she just lost her edge and then fell next to the Lakeville player. So if you wanted to know if she was okay, you just had her take 4 of the quickest strides in the arena to get across neutral ice. And that should answer that question.
Oh, nice. Oh, I thought that snuck in.
Decent shot, but nobody was there. I would like to see that dumped in the corner. Talked about that a little bit. I think Peter Fitzgerald said the other game was like that's the lowest percentage shot in hockey. Nobody in front of the net shot from the point.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree. Well, the next one will be big as we have 3:20 in the first period. Obviously, we go up 3 or they knock it down to 1. And this is somebody you want to keep your eyes on as Barrio now is coming across neutral ice. Fast and skilled. Wheaton with the save, rebound, that's wiped away. Nelson now exiting the zone. Nobody with her. Nice play by Sweetser. Slap shot, not enough on it. Loose in the slot, couple whacks at it. Wheaton gets out of trouble. That hits the side of the net. Wraparound attempt. Hits the other side of the net. Got Wheaton working hard tonight, moving side to side. Morgan entering. I think she was going to go in a little spin move. Otherwise, I think she gets that call. I think it was tough to see if they knocked her off the puck or if in the midst of her spin. .132 remaining. What do you think about this arena? It's historically cold, but it's not bad.
I'm not cold.
No, you got the heaters going.
It's actually really nice. If we play here all weekend, I'm fine.
Which, well, we've got the first 3 here.
Right. But I hope it's here and not there.
Right. McGarvey with a shot, save. Wipe to the corner. McGarvey now chasing the corner. Helfrich has it at the point. Shot tipped. Rebound. Forster now chasing. Get the safe sign from the official.
Look out.
Lakeville now trying to get across, and they do. Nice play by Helfrich and McGarvey to come over, and Lakeville decides to lay a little lumber, and we'll have the first penalty of the game as Carter went down but bounced right back up. Fitzgerald now trying to get it back to Sauter. Carter comes over, gives it the shoot. Shot tipped, save. This will have to be played, and Lakeville is going to put some pressure on here. Lakeville comes away at the puck, centering pass, nobody home, past Sauter. Sauter now trying to get it up. Morgan now collects. Morgan now getting across neutral ice. Morgan now into the zone, off the boards to herself, gathers in the corner, puts on the brakes, taking off the puck. Lakeville will be able to collect in the far corner, trying to get it up. That connects at the wing, but that was a nice job by Schutt to hold it in. Fitzgerald now dancing backhand, wide, collected by Carter. Carter now throws it back over in the vicinity of Morgan. Morgan now collecting the corner, all the time in the world to operate, and that's going to get past Schutt. It'll have to be played, obviously, as Edina was the team to throw it back the other end, and we'll have 4 seconds left, and as long as nothing crazy happens here, we should go into intermission with a 2-0 hockey lead, and that's exactly what will happen. We'll have 30 seconds on the power play when we return. So what do you think of that first period? Okay, right?
I mean, we're dominating.
Yeah, and it's a team we should.
Yeah.
You know, I think my prediction tonight was either 5-1 or 6-2.
Really?
That's what it was, yeah. Okay. I also predicted the Minnetonka game right. I was talking to a Woodbury dad and a Minnetonka dad before the game.
Did you predict the score?
I predicted 4-1. I said I think we're a goal better, but if I had to put money on it, I said probably a 3-4-1 game, and it could have completely been different. Sweetser now trying to enter. Sweetser now near the dot. Shot, save. Rebound to the corner. Hoffman now trying to control. She throws that past Heinen into the near corner. Heinmiller now coming over to take a stab at it. Sweetser trying to hold, and that gets out of the zone. We'll have a 2-on-1. That's deflected over the net. Nelson now trying to get out of the zone. Nelson now across neutral ice. Nelson now looking for a centering pass, and not on the right side of Heinen, as Heinen would have had to be a magician to get a stick on that. Good idea, but just on the wrong side. Heinen says, well, now that I have the puck, let me do something with it, and she dumps and allows some fresh legs to get on the ice for Edina. And then we've got Prior Lake tomorrow. So, 8-3 last game.
Is that the 10:30 game?
That's the 10:30 game. And then Farmington after that, which Farmington was out the gates this season, shutting out its first 7 opponents. They lost 3 kids to varsity. So they're a little bit of a different hockey team, but still having a lot of success. So if anybody's watching, which who knows, we have no idea if anybody's watching it. That's kind of the landscape for the weekend. Shoot now. Nudges that forward. Lakeville trying to get it out. It does, and Helfrich will race back in support as a puck burrows its way through the snow that's collected on the far boards. Throws it up over in the area of Hoffman. Hoffman now fighting off a wing that's trying to get it deep. The wing succeeds, but only for Shoot to come away with it. Shoot now coming around the left side of the post. Trying to get it up. Over to Forrester. Forrester takes a power ball of an opportunity and throws that on net. I bought a power ball today. I never buy them ever. I think I bought one like 4 years ago. I asked the lady, I said, you got those things for sale? She just laughed. She's like, I'll take one. And she's like, what would you do with it if you won it? I said, I just hate my job. That's why I'm buying it. I'm like, I won't be up in Gull Lake scouring properties. Right. I said, I just really hate my job, so probably sleep in. Right. She just laughed. I said, but I tell you what, if I do win, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. So if Beth from St. Louis Park, Sinclair Station is watching, you have my commitment. What was that?
Was it revealed on Saturday with the Powerball?
I think so. The few times I bought them, I've never even looked. I just wait for the news, trying to find that winner. So, if I turn on WCCO, then I would look at it like, yeah, we're trying to identify a winner that bought a ticket in St. Louis Park. That's when I would dive into the internet and try to find that number. Yep. Oh, yeah. Morgan now looking for her third. Drops it for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald wine snapper and then hits the goalie right below the chin. And the goalie was fortunate that didn't spit loose. The rebound was not given, and that ended up in the glove. Nice play by Morgan to drop it. Yeah, well played hockey game, but you can see, Lakeville's got 11 skaters and probably have 3 strong at best. So, you'd like, you don't want to just be greedy, but you'd like to maybe hang, 7 on them. Whether it's Lakeville or anybody, it's just the type of game where you find a way to have a lot of momentum going into tomorrow's game. Puck loose at the dot. Lakeville now coming away with it behind their netminder. Hoffman trying to cut the skater off. That goes past Shoot. We'll have another 2-on-1 with a back check from Heinen and Heinmiller. Nice play by Heinen. Someone give Heinen the turkey leg hard hat award. She got back in a hurry and was consistent in making sure that she was going to chase that play down, knowing that Lakeville had numbers. And this will have to be played. Heinmiller chasing into the corner. Heinmiller doing a nice job rubbing it off the puck. That spits to Hoffman, who throws it on net and covered up. Heinmiller chasing her down and creating. Now, what was the play? Was it awesome? Well, I tell you what, in a game that's tight, Heinmiller just created a face-off in their zone, right? When normally it would have been an exit. So here we are fighting at the dot due to that effort that Heinmiller used in the corner, forechecking, and it's a shot that just goes wide and it's going to be covered up. We'll have a little bit of a delayed whistle. But those are the tiny things, like, which people know, like I'm not a genius, but you know, to go in hard at second to disrupt the double play to keep the inning going. I mean, things like that get overlooked sometimes. It's my job to make the unpopular popular.
There you go.
It's a very popular play to create a face-off in our zone. McGarvey now trying to be popular in her own right as she centers it to the slot. Lakeville now coming away with it with some speed into neutral ice. Nice little pull drag under the stick. That's a little pep drill. Yeah. You got the sticks out there and you got to, throw it in and grab it. And Gia, a one-girl wrecking crew, just bowling her way through players.
Nice. Look at that. That was beautiful.
It's like Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl. Those players are just bouncing off her. Lakeville grabbing, wraparound attempt, and Helfrich comes over because if she doesn't, Wheaton was not going to maybe get back in time. Rister, that goes wide from Fitzgerald. Sauter now trying to collect. Morgan now trying to get from the net. Dangle, shot, 5-hole, rebound, and Sauter throws it home. Nope, Morgan tried to go 5-hole, rebound. Sauter was crashed in the net, overlooking the play, and Sauter throws it home. Yep, absolutely. Third goal from that line. Oh yeah, Morgan got the assist, yep. She's piling up the points tonight. A very dangerous line. They know each other well. It's evident that they're comfortable understanding where each might be. Lakeville entering. Sweetser now behind Wheaton, trying to get it up to Sauter. Sauter trying to punch it out of the zone. She does. Does one better and carries it out, getting it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now trying to beat one last defender. Morgan's thinking right now, like, do I want another assist or do I want another goal? Like, I'll get it back to the point and try to get an assist. Rebound, loose, couple stabs at it. Well, remember like 8 games ago, I said if Morgan starts getting those corners, like it's going to become really, really fun for her. I'm like, she's turned into a little bit of a goal hawk of late.
It's really fun to watch. I feel like all the girls have kind of stepped out.
Oh, they all have.
In front of the net.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Remember early on that nobody could score?
Right.
Now it's like everybody's just kind of stepping out.
Yeah. Yeah, early on that was the deal, right? We were out playing teams, we were just not scoring goals. 0-0 ties, 3-3 ties. And it's completely opposite, which we thought it probably would be. Fitzgerald now dancing at the line, throws it into the slot, that's wiped away. Helfrich now coming in deep, throws it, that hits a wing. She backhands that near the slot again. Backhands that into the corner. Heinmiller entering. Oh, it's offsides. Hoffman took a spill behind the net, so wasn't able to get out. Yeah, what's up with Hoffman laying down in his own? She got hit. She's got to give her time. Got to give her time to get out.
I'm like hot in here.
Oh, really? You're tan. Like, have you been hitting the tanning bed? No. Sun lamp or anything? No. Carter centering pass, and Lakeville almost throws it home. That would have been Carter's goal, even if Lakeville would have whacked it in the back of their own net. That's what happens. That's what can happen if you throw it in the vicinity of the goaltender. McGarvey now not only bumps her out of the puck, but now she's playing quarterback as she's going to go behind Wheaton, trying to get up to Forster. Lakeville trying to hold. They do momentarily before it reaches Sweetster. Sweetster throws it back the other way. .6:49 remaining, 3-0 hockey game. Late game with a Cabin Fever Classic. Coming off a really, really good tournament in Duluth. It's fun to be 12 playing hockey in Edina right now. That should be an ice if it reaches, and it does reach, and the whistle goes, and we'll come back down the other way with still 6:39 on the clock. First game, Anoka Rogers escaped with a 3-2 win over our District 6 opponents, Bloomington, Apple Valley. Is that the co-op, right? Bloomington Shakopee. Over to Sauter. Sauter winds, pass, goal. Morgan with the hat trick. Sauter with his second assist. And looking at Lakeville's record this year in scores, I mean, it wasn't this. I didn't think we'd be up 4-0. I thought we would be, I thought we'd be up, 2-0, 3-1, 4-1, but, I mean, not only is it 4-0, but it's, not even really close. Like, it could be 7-0, right? So, interesting. I mean, you never know who you get. Never know what team shows up for the first game of a tournament, especially when it's a late start. Morgan now. Over to Sauter. Back to Morgan. Centering pass wiped away at the last second. Sauter. Back to Nelson. Over to Sauter. Morgan puts on the brakes. Looks towards the slot. Feeds Sauter. Rebound. And that goes through the paint. Yeah, I didn't see 5-0.
It was a fortuitous bounce.
I mean, I'm glad it's 5-0. I just didn't see.
Yeah.
And we got a long ways to go, so now we're in running time.
Is 5?
Must be. Yep. Clock's running, unless they just fell asleep on it. You notice how I didn't get excited on that, or even call it?
I saw you smile though.
Well, I smile because it's nice to see her get excited, but that's not a goal that should ever go in.
Well, hey, but if you don't shoot it.
No, I know, but again, it's fun. I do know dads that would have been getting all nuts over it. I'm not one of them. Hoffman does a nice job to get a puck to delay that. Puck as it tried to escort down the length of the ice. Hoffman now chasing. Lakeville doing a nice job protecting the puck, and we'll have not a penalty. I thought for a 5-0 game, that's got to be probably a for sure call. And it's running time, so it's not like they got to delay anything. That goes right through the paint, airborne. Lakeville now coming away with it. They'll have a 2-on-2. Lakeville now collecting their own dump, centering, but nobody was there as they were getting off on a change. But the change throws it on to Wheaton with a nice blocker save. Textbook as that was, just kicks the leg out. Another nice save. Wheaton getting a little bit of work, and Morgan or Hoffman, that's Hoffman, snipe, and it's a goal. And the goaltender's having a tough time. You don't you feel bad. You know, it's a tough spot to be in for sure. But here's where you look at a Lakeville girl coming off the bench, and the one goes up and gives her a pad tap. And so that's my player of the game thus far. Just good self-awareness. Now what my worry is that we're going to fall asleep a little bit and start playing hockey the right way, but I'm sure the coaches are observing that and making sure that we get prepared for, well, let's face it, I mean, this game is going to be won by Edina, and we'll look forward to a District 6 opponent, Prior Lake, tomorrow. And, you know, it sets up well for us to get out of the pool and, you know, bump into an Andover who won 1-0 today against Maple Grove. So shots were 10 to 12. 12 to 10. That's where the shots, yeah. Yeah, 1-0 hockey game, which was surprising. Maple Grove's not bad, but I thought Andover would handle them by, you know, a good 3 goals. Nice stick there by Forster. Nice stretch there by Carter. Well, what do you think? Pretty smooth play. Yep. Mr. Sweetser was a little worried in the first period, but he's now identified that they're playing smooth and hard. And I would have to agree. As that puck goes off, McGarvey's skate into the corner. 2 on the puck for Edina. Carter and McGarvey battling. That gets past shoot. Halfrich in support. Halfrich now wheeling, trying to get it up to McGarvey. McGarvey collecting on the near boards. McGarvey trying to get it into the zone. Lakeville trying to throw it back out. Shoot, neutral ice. Trying to touch it up in the vicinity of Forster. Halfrich throws that into the opposite corner. Nice play by there. Morgan onto the ice. Morgan now coming after the puck and says, you know what, what's the record for the Cabin Fever Classic? I think that's what Morgan, I saw her over on an iPad trying to look that up. Centering pass. I mean, she's trying to pile up the points. She's not trying to score. I mean, she will, but you can see she's absolutely trying to get people involved. Lakeville, 1-on-1 hockey. Wines, shot, save, rebound, back behind the net. Shoot now, collecting. Up to Morgan. Morgan trying to get to Sauter. Sauter now, 2-on-2 hockey with Fitzgerald. Sauter forced wide, puts on the brakes, looks back to the point area where Morgan tries to collect. Nice stick there by Lakeville as they're going to be able to get it out. Nice pass there. Nice stick there by Sweetser. Morgan up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald breakaway, dangle, rebound, a shot, backhand goal. Oh yeah, that was just a little fake shot off the forehand, moved to the backhand,
So
and
Gia got another point.
Gia got another point. She's up to now, I think she's got 17 points on the night. So, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, a lot. Well, let's tally it up. She's got, I would say 6. Yeah, I would say, could be 5. I'd guess 6 maybe.
Oh, thank you. My $540. $540.
It's like puck dropped. Did they send Morgan to the showers? Should be on the sideline drinking Gatorade and saying hi, Mom, to the camera, just taking the rest of the night off. Heinmiller fighting along with Hoffman. Heinmiller and Hoffman. Who else would you want battling behind the net like that? Heinmiller now trying to get it over to Heinen. That's intercepted. Lakeville now coming back with a lot of speed. Shoot and Nelson get back just in time. And that was Barrio that intercepted the pass in the slot and rushed it across neutral ice. Hoffman now trying to collect near board. She'll race Barrio. Nelson now trying to get it out. Nelson now fighting. Shoot coming over to help out. Shoot now gathering. Shoot taking a look, trying to get up to Heinmiller, intercepted, dumped back in. Nelson will give a quick look. Nelson now trying to get it up to Hoffman, pinched by Lakeville, able to keep it in. Lakeville gets to the slot, and that just goes wide by a foot. Nelson now behind the net, trying to play it up to Heinmiller. A little bit of a funny bounce. Heinmiller has to come back for it. She does, trying to dangle out of the zone, and Lakeville bringing a little bit of heat to start the third period. I mean, what's the message? Just win the period, right? I mean, if you're Lakeville, let's just win this period. Come out like we drove an hour to play hockey, which I'm sure I'm sure that's what would be my message. Come out and play like we drove 2 hours round trip to do this thing.
Because they did.
Yeah, because they did. Yeah, that's what I would be telling our girls. 7007. Come out and play like your parents drove 2 hours to get you here round trip. And that's gonna just go off Wheaton's shoulder pad. Lakeville again controlling the tempo as Williamson tries to nudge it over to Hoffman. Hoffman gives it a whack. And that should reach, but it could flutter and just die enough for Lakeville to have to play it. They will. Lakeville now trying to get it out of the zone. Sweetster now trying to play it back. Takes a look, decides to dump. Williamson and Sweetster off. Helfrich and Shoot on. McGarvey, near boards. Trying to get it in the corner. Shoot, off from a change. That hits a skate. Ricochets to the far boards. Helfrich coming to play it. Forster gets there first, shoves it back behind into the near corner. McGarvey, a little stop and go. Finally bumped off the puck, and we've got a scrum with 2 on the puck from each. Lakeville trying to kick it north. They collect it. I think a coach was asking for 3 seconds. That'd be funny if a coach just started asking for 3 seconds, because then obviously that's a basketball deal. 3 seconds, you know. That's not what was said, but that's what it sounded like. I had the dad in high school basketball that would be, that's over the back, that's over the back. Well, there was no such call. They changed it. Like, because you could jump over someone's back and grab it. That's not a foul, right? But at one point, that was a call in basketball, over the back. Heinmiller now. Lakeville doing a nice job closing on that. Hoffman gives it a whack. Heinmiller now trying to figure out if she wants to play it north or south. Centering pass, shot, that hits Sweetser in the skate. Ricochets back to the point, another shot, rebound. Couple of sticks whacking at it. Lakeville now trying to control back near the point, and that just goes wide and hits the outside of the post. Corner battle now. Heinen coming over. Hoffman overlooking things. Nelson trying to touch it up to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to nudge it out of the zone. Lakeville keeps it in. Couple stabs at it. That muscles its way out of the zone. Lakeville trying to collect itself. Nelson trying to play it up the boards. Reaches Lakeville in the neutral ice area. Heinmiller wheeling. Heinmiller going back in her own zone and throws it back the other way. Lakeville trying to collect. They will. They have a little bit of ice as Edina's getting on a change. Some parents are waving their hands like, go, 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 you've got the ice. But they didn't realize that Gia was up back there, and Gia will close on some space pretty quick. Yeah, one of these games where it'll be forget about it as fast as you can. High five it, yep, scored, but it's not the pace you'll see from, well, Prior Lake will give you a better game. Farmington certainly will give you a better game. Sauter controlling, centering pass through the skates of Fitzgerald. Williamson stepping in. That goes through the legs of a wing and makes it way just right of the net. Sauter now trying to battle on the far boards. Morgan comes over and collects a loose puck. Morgan now, backhand pass. That goes wide as Fitzgerald tried to hammer it home. Morgan now still collecting back behind in the net, trying to flip it over to Sauter. Sauter now gathering it in the corner, trying to get it back to Helfrich. Took a little bit of getting there, so Helfrich just had to nudge it forward. Lakeville now coming across neutral ice. A little dangle here, dangle there, but Fitzgerald says we'll have none of that. I won't only take the puck, but I'm going to go back the other way with it and put it where it belongs, and that's behind your netminder, so my gals can get on the ice with some fresh legs.
Get there, get there!
Lakeville now puts on the brakes. Too close to the point to pass it, but it finds her anyways. That's going to go to the left of Wheaton. Shoot now trying to get over to Nelson. Nelson now misplays it, taken away in the corner by Lakeville. Spits up the near boards. Shot. Wheaton watches that, hit the side of the net. Centering pass, shot, rebound, and 5-hole goal. First goal of the night for Lakeville. 8:56 and counting as we're still in running time. They've got the shots 21-9, but that might be off, or it might be accurate. In any event, it's a 7-1 hockey game. Forrester touches it up the far boards. Lakeville plays it back the other way, collected by Sweetser. Sweetser over to Williamson. Williamson up to Carter. Carter throws it deep as it rings on the top of the boards and finds its way in the left corner. McGarvey trying to dig it out. That spits deep into the corner. 2 on the puck for each. Carter bumps it loose. Lakeville trying to get it up to the wing. Collected, misplayed, back into the far corner. Sweetser steps up, shot, that's blocked by the defender, nice play there, both by Sweetser and the defender. Lakeville trying to exit across neutral ice, Heinen trying to take it away. Lakeville 1-on-3 hockey. Hoffman comes back in support and wisely nudges it up the boards with a good angle to negate the ice and give Edina a chance to do a little bit of a forecheck and win a neutral ice battle. Lakeville looking for more. Sweetser comes over with a stick and prevents that from reaching in front of Wheaton. Nice idea there. Heinen had Hoffman. Hoffman's all alone over here in a lot of games, which should be the case. But Hoffman does a good job of just getting to the spot where she's open. It's almost like she's invisible out there sometimes. It's a little bit of a skill to just kind of. Yeah, just pick an area on the ice where people aren't paying attention to, where your players can get you the puck. Whether it's soccer, hockey, basketball, football if you're in the secondary. Lakeville will have a little 2-on-2 with a back check. Misplays the puck, allows Heinen to get a stick on it. Heinen nudges that out of the zone. Lakeville now entering again. Little dangle, shot, save, rebound, into the corner. Shoot now, behind Wheaton. Get up to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to collect. She does. No real pass to make, so she'll go north with it. She'll enter herself. Shot, and that's fought off by the goaltender, who gloved it down and watched her Lakeville teammate get it out of the area. Nelson throws it back into the corner. Yeah, it was a great shot. Yeah, good hard shot. I mean, if you were in a close game, you would just want that shot every single time because, they're just struggling a bit. Carter, the dangle. Another dangle. Wines, shot, save, rebound to the corner. Nice play by Carter with a couple nice moves to get free. Nelson with a physical play to bump it to the corner, but she regains control, gets it to the front of the net. McGarvey comes away with it. Lakeville gathering in their own zone. Lakeville with some speed. Lakeville entering again. Wide. Shot. That goes wide. 5 minutes remaining. Sauter trying to get it out. Lakeville trying to keep it in. Sauter gets that battle. Nice play by Sauter to move the puck to the far board.
Go, go, go.
Puts it in the area. Morgan. Fitzgerald over to Helfrich. Helfrich now trying to hit Fitzgerald or Morgan. That'll go down the length of the ice. We'll have an icing. Well, the one thing is we've had a lot of icings. Not bad ones, though. You try to connect a pass. That's the deal. You make the right play. So Lakeville's in the same pool, so that must mean they would have Farmington tomorrow as they win the face-off. Back to the point. Shot. That ricochets off a skate. Hops up into the air with them. Lakeville coming over to plate, and that goes wide by about a foot. Williamson now collecting, trying to get it up the boards to Hoffman. Hoffman now gathers it in, has Hein, Miller, and Heinen. 3-on-2 with the back check. Hoffman controlling, around the net, centering pass, shot, goal. Hein, Miller throws it home. Hoffman enters the zone, keeps the puck on the stick. Does exactly what you would draw up, and that's a pass right into the slot. And again, Lakeville kind of letting our girls just do what they want in that area, which, you're going to run into teams like that. I mean, we've been there, But tonight we've had a lot of really, really nice plays that we're able to have a lot of success on. Yeah. And a goal. .245, 8-2.
Minus.
So we're almost at the point of our last game. Well, Nelson fouled her as she was circling the zone. As she gets older, she'll learn to hand her off. Not that was a reason for the goal, but you pick up some little things and you let that girl, Claire's a great hockey player. You let her skate around with it and, you just hand her off from player to player to player.
That was a nice goal.
Yeah, it was a great goal. Yep, nice snipe. One of the shots that you practice in the garage, no doubt. McGarvey trying to get one of her own as that hits the goaltender and flutters near the dot, now into the near corner. They'll call that ice, and that'll shorten the game. We'll get a puck drop probably with about a minute 10 left in this contest by the time it drops down. 26 to 11 shots. Yeah, it's probably pretty close. Minute 15 left. Back to the point. Shot, save, rebound, couple whacks at it, no whistle, spits to the corner. Fitzgerald throws it back to Morgan. Morgan now looking for Fitzgerald. That's taken away at the last second. Lakeville now into the zone. 1-on-2 hockey. Dump and chase with 54 remaining. Some parents saying, eat up the clock. Well, I think we'll do that. Wrong girl gets a puck there. Goal. Oh, save. Nice save there. Well, that puts an exclamation point on it. Big save.